What's up, guys? Welcome to the Dallas Fadeaway, where we bring you the latest and greatest Dallas sports news. I'm your host, Akhilesh Mishra.
And I'm Rishi Mishra, and today we are joined by a very, very special guest, Swayam Rath.
Hey guys, I'm Swayam, and a little about me. I'm a very depressed Cowboys and Mavs fan who, in my time watching sports, has never seen any success from any of these teams. But hopefully, with free agency and the acquisitions that both teams have made, something changes. So that's the hope.
Straight facts right there. I mean, let's get straight into it. How are we liking the Mavs free agency so far? Good, bad, eh?
I'd say re-signing Kyrie was big. It was for a little much, but I don't think any other team would have signed him for that much. But we had to, given the assets that we gave for him, and really where our team would have been in big trouble if we hadn't. So I think that's a big plus.
Um, well, I think yeah, I get like maybe we gave him a little bit too much, but the thing is, we could have given him the max, but we did not give him the max. We allowed ourselves to preserve the full $12.4 million MLE while also retaining Kyrie for just a little under the max and for only 3 years with the player option the third year. So it's not a long-term commitment. Kyrie is getting a little bit older um, recently, and we don't want to give him like a 5-year deal, and when that contract's gonna expire around what I think he's going to be like 36 or something like that. And we don't want to risk anything like that. And of course, you don't know about the unpredictability of Kyrie Irving. So
Yeah.
um, we would I like the short term deal and the fact that we preserved the full MLE as well.
And I think like looking at Kyrie's contract extension, I did see that his contract extension does end when Luka's contract ends with the Mavs. So what I'm thinking in the front office is they're trying to go get that ring right now. They're going all in for it. I mean, we saw our draft picks, Derek Lively and Omat Spencer, two defensive big men that um that the Mavs lacked in last year. I mean, the Mavs look like they're all in right now, and so far in free agency, we grabbed Seth Curry, a a good 3 point shooter who he does provide some defense as well on the guard spot. But I am hoping that in the next few days the Mavs do get some. They're looking at Grant Williams right now. How do y'all feel about Grant Williams or Matisse Thybulle?
I think either of those would be really good. I mean, it's what the Mavs need: a good perimeter defender, or you know, our two star players. Generally, when you see like superstar duos, superstar trios, there's the ones that work generally have one really good defender. That's just how it normally is. And it's unfortunate because neither Kyrie nor Luca are, considered really good defenders. So I think for the Mavs, if they're really trying to win a ring with both Kyrie and Luca, the only way to do it is to surround them with as many good defenders as possible. So Grant Williams, Matisse Thybulle, perfect. So if we can get one of those, that would be a huge, huge plus for the Mavs free agency.
Yeah, I like Grant Williams. I'm not a huge fan of Matisse Thybulle. I get that he's a great defender. He's not starting quality though, because you can't. He's a real offensive liability. I,
Yeah,
I see that he's shooting 39% from three while he was with Portland, but then again that was a small sample size, and gauging from his track record in Philly, he's an absolute liability on offense, and the defense is no doubt amazing, and we do definitely need that. But I think he would be more of a bench addition rather than somebody who comes in and starts right away. I think Grant Williams would start right away. I think he's better than whoever we have right now. I would say Josh Green and Grant Williams would probably start if Grant Williams would come to Dallas.
Rishi, have you
I
seen the
mean,
clip of Grant Williams saying that he'd make both free throws and then he
Yeah,
missed both? How do you, does that change your opinion on Grant Williams at all? That's it's kind of embarrassing.
it's embarrassing, but you know what? I like his tenacity, his
confidence is up there.
pestiness, confidence, pestiness on defense. He likes to he takes pride in playing defense, and that's exactly what we need. Um, so yeah, and he's a good 3-point shooter.
Yeah, yeah, he'd be good for sure. As long as he
Yeah,
just
three
doesn't.
point percentage is at like around 40%.
It's surprising to me because he's a good defender, right? But like he has like I feel like he has virtually no wingspan, right? He has super short arms, but he can defend really well.
That's true. I think it's more like just the like you said the peskiness. Like just watching him in the finals last year. I mean, it's like the effort that he puts in. You know, just running after the ball and stuff like that. It makes him a good defender. So he gives it his all. So even if his wingspan is, uh, I mean it's not bad. Like what it's about. I just looked it up. It's about 6'9". So it's not horrible. Nothing special, but
Okay.
yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, it's
Okay.
it's peskiness.
All right.
Additionally, the Mavs, I feel like they're cooking something up in the background. I mean, like I've been listening to like Mavs podcasts and everything. Like the Mavs haven't like officially signed Richaun Holmes or Seth Curry, and they are looking to trade THJ and JaVale McGee away. So I'm thinking, will there be like a multi-team trade that consists of trading away Richaun Holmes and Seth Curry and THJ and JaVale McGee, and acquiring a defender like Grant Williams and an additional center such as like Zubac or Jarrett Allen? Do y'all think that will happen?
Um, I do think a trade will happen just because how many guards we have on the team. We have Luca, Kyrie, Jaden Hardy, Curry, Hardaway, and now we also have Dante Exum. So that's a lot of guards. I don't think, and we don't have too many wings. So, I mean, we have a bunch of centers now, but not a clear starting center. So I do think a trade will happen. I'm not sure who it will be for. I would love Zubac on the team personally, just because he's such a traditional big man. Um, but yeah, I mean, hopefully a trade arises. I think JaVale and Hardaway will be gone, though.
Whichever team accepts a trade with JaVale involved, they got to be trolling, man. They're trying to.
Yeah,
They're trying to. They just want some entertainment, man. I mean, he's got a couple of
I thought
next
the Mavs were trolling.
MVPs.
That's the Shaq and the full MVP, bro. Don't
Yeah,
disrespect him.
Shaq and MVPs, bro. I mean, I guess, I guess that holds some weight, but yeah. I mean, other than that, at this stage of his career, because it's not even a salary dump. He's not getting paid that much either. So
Yeah, he's not.
they're just,
The sad part is the JaVale McGee was our like big free agent signing last summer. That's
Yeah.
the sad thing. He barely played.
yeah.
Last year we lost a lot of assets.
hmm
That was an interesting time.
Yeah.
Hopefully Nico. I trust Nico. I completely trust Nico. I think he's going to do a wonderful job, bro.
He did a good
You
job
don't
so
trust.
far. I trust him. It's just that he doesn't. I get okay. He got a Kyrie trade done. He was able to re-sign him as well on a
Mhm.
contract that I'm very happy with. And he got
Mhm.
Seth Curry. I think the Seth Curry acquisition was great. I also think the Rashawn Holmes acquisition was great. But the thing is, he's been quite inactive in recent days when,
Yeah.
a lot of guys have been flying off the board who would have been very good on the Dallas Mavericks. I think there's some
Mhm.
type of disconnect there. Nico is known for his relationships, so maybe something will come about.
That's the
True.
hope. Because right now, I mean, I don't think the Mavs are anywhere close to title contention. To be totally honest, I think they are. I think they're a playoff team for sure. But I mean, when you look at those top teams in the West, I just don't see the Mavs stacking up. Like right now, if the Mavs face off against the Nuggets, Jokic is cooking, right? So
Yeah.
we a lot needs to be done if we're gonna bank in on that small title window that Oculus was talking about earlier. So
Yeah, we need a big man. We need a big man and a wing. Still, even though even after all this movement, we still haven't addressed the two biggest things that really hurt us last season. So we'll see what happens.
yeah.
All right, moving on. How do you grade the Cowboys free agency and draft picks this year? Do they stack up well against their division rivals Eagles or the Chiefs, the Super Bowl champions? How do you think the Cowboys season will go this year? So we'll start it off with you since you're probably the biggest Cowboys fan we know.
So I think it starts and ends with this guy right here, uh, Mr. Dak Prescott. So the free agency, I guess that was the question. We'll start off with that. I'll hold my horses on talking about Dak. We'll get to him later, but free agency was really good. Obviously the Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks trades. Those are the big headlines. That was big. But other than that, I think letting go of Zeke was tough. I mean, especially the jersey I had before this was a Zeke one. So yeah, I couldn't wear that today because he's gone, and that's unfortunate. But at the same time, as hard as it is to say this, it was
Had
the
to
right
be done.
decision.
Yeah,
Had to be
had to
done.
be.
And I think we have solid RB depth. Pollard obviously, and then I think getting Ronald Jones was also uh, a big deal.
Yeah,
He's still a solid back. I don't think he's a feature back, which
he's
is
a
why.
good power back.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he can help take some of that load off of Zeke. I'm sorry, sorry, Pollard. So yeah, I miss him so much. But yeah, so I think we've had a very solid free agency, and Ronald Jones was a sneaky good addition. Also, getting rid of Noah Brown, I'm very happy about that. Anthony Brown, both Browns, bye bye. So that's a W two. So yeah, I think I'm very happy with our free agency.
And the additional pick of Mozzie Smith too.
Mm,
That was a really good draft pick right there.
yeah.
I mean, have you seen the clips of him like absolutely killing it in the weight room? Like,
hmm
oh my goodness, that dude is a tank.
hmm
Like, jeez.
He's
He benches more
ginormous.
than Tyron Smith and Aaron Donald.
How much is the bench?
Aaron Donald too?
Yeah.
Whoa.
His bench max was like he 34 reps of 225. That's
34?
ridiculous. His max bench is
34?
550. His max bench is 550.
Okay.
Five.
I have not heard over
That is a
300.
tank right there coming to Dallas.
Wow, that is more than all of our weights combined. He could
Oh,
stack us all up and lift us up. That's kind of
That's fact. That's facts, bro.
that'd be fun.
yeah. So yeah, I guess we only have good things to say about you, Mozzie Smith. So don't ever lift us up and throw us, please.
Please lift
Yeah,
me.
thank you. But
Uh,
I think the big thing about Mozzie Smith is the positional need, right? A lot of people at first were very like kind of iffy about the pick. I saw a lot of Cowboys fans being like, "Oh, we wanted this guy, we wanted this guy." But defensive tackle is a position that we need badly. We have good DNs. We have Michael Parsons, who is a linebacker, but can play D end and plays D end a lot of the time. Um,
Got D
but
lock.
DT is something we really don't have. I mean, we have what's his name, Odigizua. He's really good. I think he's like pretty underrated, but
You got
still,
Gallimore as well, right?
yeah. Gallimore's good too. But to spend a first round pick on that, I think was necessary. We haven't done that in a long time, and I think it was a great pick. Yeah.
yeah.
Moving on. Dak. How does Dak? Is Dak gonna be? Is he gonna take it? You think he can take us, or is he gonna be the reason why we end short once again? Stop.
I'll let y'all go first, and then
Okay, let's go first, and I'll say what I think.
I mean, we slightly talked about this in our first episode, and I'm gonna restate what I had said earlier. I think Dak, the trades that we made for like when we acquired Brandon Cooks was a really good acquisition because of the fact that if you saw Dak last year on his deep balls, which he is a very good deep threat, he would tend to overthrow Michael Gallup. And that is something Brandon Cooks can take care of because Brandon Cooks is a speedster. Michael Gallup is a contested wide receiver. He loves contested catches. Another thing I need Dak to work on is just knowing your team, making better reads. I mean, like, there were a lot of miscommunications on the field last year between him and his number one receiver, CeeDee Lamb. They need to clean that up a little bit. Rishi, what do you think?
Yeah, I also mentioned this in the first episode, but what I had said was, there's tiers to this. We got the Rodgers of the league, the Joe Burrows of the league on the top. And then we enter this, you know, consistent starter tier, and that's where Dak, in my opinion, falls. Just because the talent is definitely there, the arm strength is there, the running ability is there. Like he has, you know,
yeah,
pretty
run
decent,
away.
After the injury, it
what
wasn't good, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, a little bit. But what I'm saying, he has all the physical capabilities to be a great quarterback, and he is a pretty good quarterback. I think what's holding him back is the decision making, as Achilles mentioned. It's um, you know what I had said, that the Rodgers, Brady's, they know when to take risks and when to not, and when to like hold back and you know just give a short pass, that third option or whatever. Don't have to always go down looking for that deep route. So I think Dak really needs to work on that. He tends to look, like to look for those tight throws.
Very
So
tight one.
he doesn't. I think he needs to work on understanding when that's appropriate and when that's not. And in my opinion, that's what separates a great quarterback from a good one. And I think if he works on that, I think he can be a great quarterback because he has everything in terms of like talent for sure.
Yeah, yeah. All those are good points. And with all that being said, I think it's fair to say that Dak is, you said tiers, right? I'd say, Mahomes, Burrow, maybe
Yeah,
Rodgers, Allen
Mahomes.
in
Oh, I
that
forgot
first
about
tier.
that guy.
Yeah. Second tier, maybe like, You go
Jalen
to
Hurts.
like, yeah, Hurts, yeah, people like that, and then below that you have like maybe Kirk Cousins. By the way, Lamar's in Hurts tier as well. Kirk Cousins, you get there, and now I'm not even gonna go down. I'm gonna go up. So you have third tier right here. Let's go to second tier. No, higher. First tier, higher. Dak tier. That's where Dak is. He's just. I mean, you know, other than the fact that he's bald, no imperfections. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I know that needs some
No
work, but
way.
other than that, all right. Okay. But in all seriousness, okay, you know, as much as I want Dak to have his own tier, as we all know, he's not quite there yet. But I do think, watching last year, a lot of what you guys said is absolutely right. The decision making was a big thing. I think he was just trying to be over aggressive. Like, it worked to a certain degree. Like, we have to also realize that when he was there, the amount of points we were scoring per game was very high, one of the highest in the league, right?
Yeah.
So it was working most of the time. It just sometimes he would try a little too hard, and you know when there's certain tight window throws that maybe a guy like Mahomes can make, but Dak is not quite Mahomes level. Mahomes is a different type of talent, right? So I think maybe a lot of those curl routes too. That's what really pissed me off. Like they kept having Gallup run those curl routes, and I don't know if it was miscommunication or just maybe Gallup's lost a step, but most of those picks were on some sort of curl route. And I think, yes, Brandon Cook's addition will help him. And I think also just, not having Kellen Moore anymore will also help, I think. Kellen
Yes.
Moore, even though, yes, the offense was scoring a lot, you would think, oh, well, why would you get rid of him? Well, the offense, if you watch every game, it's very stagnant. It's the same plays, very predictable, right? So maybe having someone new to give Dak a different perspective is what he'll need. And yeah, I think you see that with a lot of great quarterbacks as well. As soon as they get a switch in offensive coordinator or head coach, they tend to make a leap. And maybe a fresh perspective is what Dak needs. And I genuinely do believe that Dak will have a big bounce back season. I'm thinking top three MVP minimum.
I mean, he was
Minimum.
showing. Hey, he was showing it that 2020 season before he like completely shattered his ankle. Like
Hmm.
that was probably that was the second greatest year I've seen Dak play, and I think this is the
What?
first time that Dak will have an off season where he is completely fully healthy. He's not rehabbing. He can be
What?
on the field, going on the field, practicing with his team. I think that will also have a huge impact as to Dak's performance this year.
Hmm.
And I also think that the Kellen Moore letting go of Kellen Moore was really good because, like you said, the offense was very stagnant. I mean, curl, slant, every single play. It showed that Kellen Moore didn't really trust Dak, which is something you can't have on the team. I mean, the quarterback is the leader of the offense. You've got to have trust in him, and his play calling certainly showed that he doesn't have that trust in him. And I think Mike McCarthy calling the plays now is probably going to be a better decision.
Yeah.
Do y'all like the Mike McCarthy calling the plays?
Okay. When they hired, offensive coordinator, I was really hoping it would be like a really flashy addition. You know, there were a lot of rumors around who it could be. I was hoping they'd pick someone from college actually, just because it would be college football just in general, right? The plays that they call are like really unique, something different, and I think that's what the Cowboys needed. It's just the way the stuff that we were calling was just way too conventional. Like you were just saying, the curls, the slants, the halfback draws. I mean, every time I saw Zeke run up the middle, I was expecting max 2 yards. If he broke out for more than two, I was like, dang, that's a good run. Because every time just running up the middle. So I wanted someone with a little more creativity. I don't know if Mike McCarthy can provide that. We've heard good stuff from the Cowboys camp, about Texas Coast offense and all that, but we'll only know for sure when we see it. The Cowboys always have a lot of hype in the offseason. So, yeah. I think it could be good. I'm glad it's a fresh perspective for Dak, but we won't know until we really see it.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope this is our year. I'm like, I want to witness one Super Bowl while we're.
It is our year. It is.
For sure, for sure. Dak about to reach that S tier. He about to prove me right. We're gonna be playing that clip of me saying that. Next year when he wins that MVP, when he's holding up that Lombardi.
Tier?
Yeah, they're gonna be playing that, right? There's gonna be an edit, right? Nobody believed in it, but then they're gonna play me saying that. Oh man, I can already see it. Yeah.
Hey, you think Dak is going to personally invite you to his house for having such faith in him?
Oh, Dak, if you ever watch this, please, I'll do anything. I'll recommend you a good barber. Anything. I'll do anything for the invite, bro.
Wait. How are you going to recommend him a good barber, bro? You're a counselor.
All right. Look, man, the people at Great Clips, I mean, even they could do better than, the weird thing he's got going on. But, hey, but Dak, I got you, all right? I got you. But speaking of Dak, where do y'all think he ranks among quarterbacks?